Illegal wildlife trade is a global crisis that threatens biodiversity, disrupts ecosystems, and endangers species on the brink of extinction. This illicit industry, valued at billions of dollars annually, ranks among the most lucrative criminal enterprises worldwide, alongside drugs, arms, and human trafficking. Addressing this issue is crucial to safeguarding the planet's natural heritage and ensuring the survival of countless species. Illegal wildlife trade involves the unlawful poaching, trafficking, and selling of wild animals and their parts, including ivory, rhino horns, tiger skins, pangolin scales, exotic birds, and reptiles. It encompasses both live animals for pets and trophies, as well as parts used in traditional medicines, jewelry, and clothing. These activities are driven by high demand in international markets, particularly in Asia, Europe, and North America. Species like elephants, rhinos, pangolins, and tigers are among the most targeted. The trade not only endangers iconic animals, but also impacts lesser-known species, including amphibians, fish, and insects, creating a cascading effect on ecosystems. Several factors fuel the illegal wildlife trade: economic incentives. High profits attract organized crime networks. For impoverished communities, poaching offers immediate financial relief, despite its long-term consequences. Cultural beliefs. Traditional medicine and cultural practices in some regions use wildlife parts as ingredients or symbols of status, perpetuating demand. Exotic pet trade. The fascination with owning rare animals like parrots, reptiles, and big cats drives illegal smuggling of live species. Weak enforcement. Insufficient laws and under-resourced enforcement agencies allow traffickers to exploit loopholes and avoid penalties. 1. Threat to biodiversity. The illegal wildlife trade accelerates the extinction of species already under pressure from habitat loss and climate change. Iconic species like elephants, rhinos, and tigers face severe population declines. For example, African elephant numbers have plummeted due to ivory poaching, while rhinos are critically endangered because of demand for their horns. 2. Ecosystem disruption. When key species are removed, ecosystems lose balance. Predators, pollinators, and seed dispersers play critical roles, and their loss disrupts ecological processes, affecting other species and habitats. 3. Economic impact. Illegal wildlife trade undermines legitimate economies. Countries that rely on wildlife tourism suffer financial losses as species dwindle. Furthermore, combating wildlife trafficking diverts resources from other pressing development needs. 4. Human health risks. Wildlife trafficking increases the likelihood of zoonotic diseases. Close interaction with animals during transport or trade can result in the transmission of diseases like SARS and COVID-19, with devastating global consequences. Strengthening legislation is a crucial step. Countries are tightening laws to penalize poachers, traffickers, and buyers. International agreements like the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, or CITES, regulate wildlife trade and aim to prevent the exploitation of endangered species. Enhanced law enforcement is also key. Agencies worldwide are improving surveillance, intelligence sharing, and on-ground efforts to curb wildlife trafficking. Technologies like drones, GPS tracking, and artificial intelligence help monitor poaching hotspots and disrupt smuggling routes. Community involvement is another essential aspect. Local communities living near wildlife habitats are integral to conservation efforts. Empowering these communities with economic alternatives, education, and incentives helps reduce reliance on poaching and promotes sustainable coexistence with wildlife. Public awareness campaigns play a significant role too. Organizations are raising awareness about the consequences of illegal wildlife trade through campaigns, social media, and education programs. Reducing consumer demand is essential for long-term success, making people more conscious of their choices and their impact on wildlife. Finally, international collaboration is vital. Wildlife trafficking is a transnational crime requiring global cooperation. Governments, NGOs, and intergovernmental organizations collaborate on intelligence sharing, funding conservation projects, and conducting joint operations. Initiatives like the Global Wildlife Program and the World Wildlife Crime Report play significant roles in this fight. Despite the challenges, there have been notable successes in the fight against illegal wildlife trade. Rhino conservation efforts in countries like Nepal and South Africa have implemented anti-poaching patrols and horn devaluation techniques, leading to reduced poaching incidents. Ivory trade bans have also made a difference. China and several other nations have banned domestic ivory trade, leading to a decrease in demand and poaching rates. Community-driven conservation is another success story. In Kenya, initiatives like the Masai Mara Wildlife Conservancies Association empower local communities to protect wildlife while benefiting economically from ecotourism. And of course, technology is making a big impact. Conservation organizations use satellite imagery and machine learning to track poaching activities, enabling rapid responses. Despite progress, several obstacles persist. Corruption. Wildlife trafficking often thrives due to corruption within enforcement agencies and local authorities. High demand reducing consumer demand requires cultural shifts, which can take generations to achieve. Limited resources. Many countries lack the financial and technical resources to effectively combat wildlife trafficking. Complex networks. Traffickers use sophisticated methods, including fake permits and hidden smuggling routes, to evade detection. Every individual can contribute to the fight against illegal wildlife trade. Avoid buying products made from endangered species. Support conservation organizations through donations or volunteering. Advocate for stricter laws and conservation funding in your community. Educate others about the importance of preserving biodiversity and the dangers of wildlife trafficking. The fight against illegal wildlife trade is far from over, but advancements in technology, increased global awareness, and collective action provide hope for the future. Continued investment in conservation, coupled with strong legal frameworks and community involvement, can turn the tide in favor of wildlife. Illegal wildlife trade is a complex issue with far-reaching consequences for biodiversity, ecosystems, and humanity. However, through international collaboration, innovative technology, community engagement, and individual responsibility, the fight against this crisis is gaining momentum. By prioritizing wildlife conservation and addressing the root causes of trafficking, we can ensure a future where animals and humans coexist harmoniously on this planet.